We're going to talk about Den of Thieves
2.
But it's really Panteri. Because what it is this movie is nothing but great Pink Panther, yak, Serbian jewel thieves.
Right. Whose actors aren't Serbian, which is crazy.
Not even, only one. So...
Yeah, only one.
The other guy is half Bosnian, English or whatever, but dude, spot on imitations.
The dialect coaches, even though we should have wrote down their names because they were pretty good.
Yeah, the dialect coaches were good. The movie was very well written. What really flipped my fucking bean.
What flicked your bean?
Yeah, what really flicked my bean. That's a girl terminology.
Yeah,
when
no.
the girl goes, you know what flicked my bean?
The man in a boat has drowned.
That's
like,
right,
what the
man.
fuck,
Guys
bro?
like,
Like, dude. Oh! Like,
mouth to mouth. That'd be a trick, right? So I see the executive producer is, and I noticed that 50 Cent, for some reason, has this affinity for Serb crime. He's in his Power Book series and Force, you know.
yeah, he put them as like a prominent.
Yeah, but what cracks me up is that, you know, I'm speaking from that world, you know. And I'm going to say it like it is. Yes, the Serbs were a dominating force as in criminals in New York, but never to the point where 50 Cent put the Serbian gangsters at. He put them next to the Italians, like the highest fucking gangsters. It was like Italians, Serbs, then Russians, like Albanians were like fourth, fifth on the totem pole. We're big, but we weren't like that. Chicago, that's a different story. Chicago, Serbian mafia rules. That's how it is. I loved this movie. Marco, did you love this movie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I know you did.
I just did like the fucking watching the credits for like the whole names and shit. I was just like, okay, I'm like, yeah. I think somebody's Serbian in there.
There's a few things that I need to let 50 Cent know that would never fucking happen. Yes, if you bring something to the fucking table, yeah, they're gonna let you in. What kind of irked me was O'Shea's character came in as in like he's the boss. That's not something the Pink Panthers do because I personally know some Pink Panthers. That's just not something they would do. There would always be a guy that would get information. It'd always be one of the Pink Panthers masterminding everything. Yeah, the guy would get his cut. But the O'Shea character, him coming in, buying his way in, they would bring him in. They would be like, look, you have a way of getting in. We have this score. We have this idea. You want to come in? He would come in.
Woman was the ringleader or whatever. Like, she brought everybody.
Yeah, the woman was the head of the Pink Panthers.
Right.
And here's where I'm going to make my little summation about this. I read Stealing Manhattan. Okay, and it was written by Pavle Stanimirovic. He was the son of Vojislav Stanimirovic, head Pink Panther. So reading that book, knowing that life, knowing the people in that circle, this was almost like taken out of his book. Legit. Like, I mean, the woman Cleopatra, I saw his mother, Branka, doing that shit. You know, like the Diamond District. She would come in like she's selling jewels, and then she'd be like scoping with a camera, scoping out the vault, watching the guy turn the knob to open, you know. So she'd see there's 8 bolts on this side, whatever. So I can see that they had to have somebody from that world feeding them information. Either that or fucking, you know, 50's got some crazy researchers taking here and there and this and that and doing their homework.
Right.
All of this was said in Nice, France, and you know, Paris, and all around fucking Monte Carlo.
Either way, I know the previous movie was fucking just as crazy.
Yeah,
so
it was,
like,
but it was
fucking,
but it was.
Kept
I mean,
the same pace.
It did keep up the same pace. It was, you know, it was sick. But this one really just grabbed me because, you know, I was told, hey, it involves the Pink Panthers. So I said, oh, okay, cool.
And he heard the first Serbian quip about some fucking blowjob joke or some shit, and then fucking he fell in love with the movie. He's like, what? Rewind again. Bro, that was so smooth.
When people do other nationalities and, you know, like when they try to imitate us, even if you have a good dialect coach, number one, the translation is not at all what they put up on the fucking subtitles. This dude, like I mean, you have to be engulfed in that culture. You have to have grown up around people of the Balkans, Bosnians, Serbs, Croatians. You know.
Saying it's more of a language barrier. It's like more of just the actual barrier.
So when I'm hearing the Serbian, it's, oh, you can't say that. Like there was a part where O'Shea says, I'm burning out. The translation said, I'm burning the tires. Like he's burning rubber. And he said it in Serbian, gori gume. That's not something you say, gori gume. That's just not. Say, palim gume, like I'm lighting the tires, you know. It's just the way they said it, just fucking really, I was nitpicking, okay? I was really nitpicking. They did speak a lot of Serbian in the first fucking like 15 seconds of the movie. So I was very intrigued, you know. But I loved that the Pink Panther story came up, number one. Number two, was back about talking to Serbian crime and all of that, you know. And I said it always. I said, you know, Lufthansa was a gumball machine compared to what the fucking Pink Panthers did.